grow, still can't stop it.
What is up? I am Crypto Mason, and welcome back to the Crypto Mason YouTube channel. Shout out to the Gold Squad. We look for gold in every single aspect of our lives, and we always find it. Now today, we are back for another daily market update. It's actually 5:57 a.m., and I am up giving you guys this daily market update. I've got a lot to do today, but we've got some little things to remind you of. Make sure to follow me on Twitter right there. Also, I have a Ledger discount code. Now, these are usually hard to come by, but I have a 20% off limited time code if you guys want to buy a Ledger. Now, with all the hacks, like I recently got hacked, right? The Celsius stuff happening, hardware wallets are actually extremely important. It's important to own your own keys. So Ledger has reached out to me and they've hooked me up with this 20% off code right here. NYKNYC. Make sure you use the link in the description, right? That's my referral link. Obviously, I do get commission on those, and I would highly appreciate you guys using that. And also use the code to get 20% off. It expires tomorrow, okay? So it's only valid until Thursday, June 16. So you got to pretty much act fast on that. Also, make sure you're watching NFT Mason. We posted an NFT market update yesterday on there. Another thing is make sure you're in the Twitter community for the Gold Squad. If you want to become further injected into the Gold Squad, join that Twitter community. Link is in the description as well. And a lot of nice posts in here. You guys are making this community very great. Like, look at all these posts. Action is all you need. I like that. When a person stops, like, these are good posts. Everyone says good morning when we wake up. Moving on, we also have the giveaway still going on, $5,000 giveaway in partnership with the Reaper coin project on the XRP Ledger. Go check that out and go enter. Now, let's hop into the market here. 900 billion on the market cap, still over 100 billion on the volume here. Still over 100 billion. That gives me a little bit of hope that this could actually be some kind of bottom here, because that just shows like a lot of people are probably entering. And as you can see with Bitcoin over the past hours here, we have bounced, right? We did hit exactly 20,000. We did not go below 20,000. We hit exactly 20,000 and we bounced off. That is easy to predict, in my opinion, that we would test 20,000 and come back up. But I mean, that's like $400, $300 away from the previous all-time high. So you can basically say that we've hit that already, right? As long as we don't go below that. If we go below that, that's going to be very, very bad, in my opinion. And the next level we'll be looking at is that Celsius liquidation price of 18,400, which I believe they've done something to change, if I'm not mistaken. But still, those levels are right there. Like, we're right there with that. A little tip to stay positive during crypto right now. It's probably a lot of you guys' first bear market and first like massive correction like this. I said on Twitter, focus more on the tech, learn about what people are building. The more you learn about this space, the more comfort and positivity you will have about it, because you will realize that this is really a world-changing industry. Also, distract yourself by learning new ways of making money in the crypto space. The reason I say new ways of making money in the crypto space is because that's going to keep your attention. That's going to keep your attention on crypto throughout these years. So get into content creation, making a project, making an NFT project, working for a crypto company. There's so many different avenues that you can take. But as for Bitcoin, $21,000, right? I'm not bullish whatsoever. Maybe we get a bounce back up to like 23,000 here. But ultimately, I think we're going to go sideways at this 20,000, right? 20,000 being the bottom for right now. Pretty insane that that's what we're dealing with. Also, ETH on the RSI is showing a little sign of hope that we get a bounce here. Still have not gone below into the 3 figures. Best believe when we do that, I will send out a tweet saying ETH has hit 3 figures, because that would be horrible, but also amazing because we can buy at 3 figures. But we did bounce right off that $1,000, right? These two levels, 20,000 and 1,000, is what I'm looking at for Bitcoin and ETH right now, right? Bitcoin bouncing clean off the 20K and ETH bouncing clean off the 1K. And you can see on here on the RSI that this might start coming up here. We did get a little bounce. Remember, the RSI was at the lowest it's ever been in the history of ETH, which is just absurd to me. Also, let's give a little check. I didn't bring this up, but let's give a little check to the oops, I showed our amazing XRP clip that we're going to show at the end of this. Definitely watch till the end because that XRP clip is one of the best I've ever seen. Also, we have some Hbar, some really good Hbar stuff at the end, so keep watching. Look at this. Oh yeah, I should have shown this. Extreme fear, we are at a 7. That is 100% the lowest this has ever been, right? This is the lowest this has ever been for sure. I think there's only ever been 10s and 8s. Like, we've recently had some 8s over here. Yeah, we recently had an 8, but we're sitting at a 7 on the extreme fear, right? All across the board. Yesterday, last week, last month. Horrible, right? This is definite signs of a bear market here. Also, we see all the altcoins down 20 to 30% again today. Quant is at $47. No, I'm not buying. I do think that can go even lower. Hbar's at 6 cents. No, I'm not even buying. I think it can go lower. ETH, obviously not buying. I think it can go lower, right? Or I mean, the volume is showing that you could be getting into some of these now, but I am not buying altcoins now. I feel like the market is just too unstable. And one of the other things that's contributing to my thoughts here is this Tron stuff. And we just had the Celsius stuff. So it went Terra, Celsius, and my prediction. I don't care if I'm wrong, but just be weary of this. I do think Tron is about to get slaughtered. Tron is about to get slaughtered, folks. USDD specifically, which is their stablecoin, is literally off the peg right now as I'm looking at it. Right? Look at this. This thing dropped all the way off the peg to like 95 cents. Like, what are these people doing, dude? I think all of these idiots are pushing an agenda that these stablecoins don't work. Like, let's just be used by the government to make shitty algorithmic stablecoins that don't work, and then let the government use that as a proof point on why we need centralized stablecoins like USDC. So Tron DAO. The Tron DAO Reserve has pulled 2.5 billion TRX from Binance as the USDD slips further from the peg. Tron DAO plans to withdraw $125 million worth of Tron from Binance. The move could be a safeguard against short sellers hoping to bet against the price of the token. By withdrawing $125 million worth of Tron from Binance, the Tron DAO could be attempting to limit the ability of short sellers to open up positions to bet against the token. TRX is currently down 16% in the last 24 hours and could be in danger of a further slide. I think this is going to happen. Like, I don't care if I'm wrong. I have a feeling that this is going to happen. Because remember a while ago we showed that Justin Sun was like telling people to come over here and make 50% APY on USDD. Like, they're doing, it's the exact same thing that's happening right here. It's the exact same thing. Short USDD, short Tron. I don't even care. I short both of these. Short Tron, short USDD. Like, these are, I think these are about to go, dude. But that's just a feeling off intuition and based on what's happening right now. Now, we also have the Seaport launching. This is an OpenSea little update right here. They are migrating to Seaport, which is a new Web3 marketplace protocol designed for safely and efficiently buying and selling NFTs. Seaport is a game changer. It's open source, inherently decentralized, blah, 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 blah. What will we see in terms of improvements on OpenSea? Significantly lower gas costs. The ability to make offers on entire collections or on multiple items with specific attributes. New OpenSea users will no longer have to pay an account initialization fee. Signatures to confirm actions using your wallet will be much easier to read and understand. Boom. Couple nice updates right there. definitely bullish on Seaport and what this is going to bring for OpenSea, because OpenSea is garbage, in my opinion. So hopefully Seaport makes it not garbage. Kraken announces a global hiring push and commitment to crypto-first culture. Wow. So amongst all of the other exchanges who are laying people off, Kraken is actually trying to push their hiring. And this just makes sense. This is what everybody should be doing, is building in the bear market and expanding in the bear market so that you can take over in the bull market. They say, we have not adjusted our hiring plan and we do not intend to make layoffs. We have over 500 roles to fill during the remainder of the year and believe bear markets are fantastic at weeding out the applicants chasing hype from the true believers in our mission. Okay. Check my browser. Ready to be legendary. Okay, here's the jobs. So you guys want some jobs at Kraken? Boom. Go check out this and you can search the jobs. Is that Pokimane right there? Is that Pokimane or not? That looks like Pokimane. You guys know that streamer? Pokimane? I'm not going to bring her up, but I'm not going to Google her. Hedera is live on the BitCub exchange. Okay, this is the #1 licensed cryptocurrency exchange in Thailand. Very bullish right here. So for anyone in Thailand, you can begin to trade some Hbar right here. Very cool. And this shows me they're still working on those exchange listings. I want Coinbase as fast as possible. Hbar Foundation, let's get it going on Coinbase. You need me to promote it or something? Let's do it. I will promote the shit out of that if we can get on Coinbase, because that's been a long time coming. Some more extremely bullish Hedera news right here. Starling Lab, in collaboration with Hala Systems, has submitted a cryptographic dossier to the ICC, that is the International Criminal Court, detailing Russian war crimes in Ukraine with evidential metadata registered on Hedera and other Layer 1 protocols. So first of all, what the heck is Hala Systems? Hala Systems develops advanced solutions for civilian and asset protection, accountability, and the prevention of violence, real physical violence, before, during, and after conflict. Through the development and implementation of innovative technology, Hala aims to reduce harm, increase security, and stabilize communities. Guess whose company this is? Mark Cuban. Or it's not his company, but Mark Cuban is invested in Hala Systems. As you can see, I'm on markcubancompanies.com right here, and it shows all his companies, and Hala Systems is right there. So Mark Cuban, right, there's Hala Systems right there. Mark Cuban is indirectly involved with Hedera. This is what I call a layered partnership, right? You have Mark Cuban, Hala Systems, Hbar, or Hedera, right? There's one layer in between, and there's one layer in between Mark Cuban and Hbar, and that is Hala Systems. So we have two of the sharks from Shark Tank on board here, right? That's Kevin O'Leary is huge into Hedera, and Mark Cuban is secretly into Hedera, right? He's yet to say it, but he's in there. He knows that bet on companies that use Hedera, and you're going to win. So Starling Lab, Hala Systems, they filed cryptographic submission of evidence of war crimes in Ukraine. Don't know much about Starling Lab, but this is very, very cool. Doing real life stuff, bro. Real life impact here from Hedera. Real life impact. Also, Hedera is proud to be a supporting member of the newly created Project DOCAS, or Proof, that means, I guess. Alliance, which will support NGOs, academics, and companies driving and advocating for the open source collection of war crime documentation in Ukraine. Amazing. Coming from Hbar right there. Now, we do have two of the greatest little clips I've ever seen right here. Actually, this one is pretty good. Let me get my earphone. Oops. Gary Gensler basically getting a little bit frustrated and saying that some of the assets on the crypto market are not securities. Clearly not securities, and a lot of them clearly are. 1 minute clip. Let's take a look at this, and then we'll get to the best XRP clip I've ever seen. One of them.
Raising money from the public, and the public's anticipating a profit based on some group of entrepreneurs. That's a security, and the public needs to be protected, and that's what Congress said. That's not what we're saying. There are some small number of tokens that predecessors talked about that may not meet that test, that are commodities. And they may even have a large percentage of the crypto market. But for the bulk of the tokens in the market, the bulk of the numbers of tokens, they have attributes of securities. And that protection is important. We look forward to weigh in on this. But in the meantime, Bob, we're going to use the authorities we have. We're not looking for any additional authorities. We're just use the authorities we have, whether it's on crypto tokens, most importantly, the crypto exchanges and the lending platforms. We've seen again that.
Say he's focusing on the crypto exchanges and the lending platforms. But as you can see, he says there very well may be some of these that are actually commodities, right? So very good clip right there. Then we have this from Alex Cobb in 2018. So this is a very old clip, but take a look at this. This is what the title of the video is based on. XRP will be used by massive players when this happens. Check this out.
And I think, so to give you some context, in 2016, what we did was we piloted with 12 banks. We said, hey, these 12 banks were based across regions throughout the globe, and they did not have pre-funded relationships with each other. What we did was we gave these 12 banks some XRP and asked them to settle within themselves. And it worked beautifully. But then they came back and said, you know what, this works beautifully, and we would love to adopt it, but we cannot. And precisely the exact reason just you mentioned about Basel's capital requirements, regulatory uncertainty, and so on. So they said that A, it's volatile, B, there are no set of regulations, so we cannot hold those assets in our books. So we actually went back to the drawing board and said, okay, look, how do we change this? Which is why we came up with this product called XRapid. And again, I absolutely agree with Lisa, so we actually piloted, instead of piloting with big banks, we piloted with the big payment providers because they were more willing to do this. And
so as you can see, they literally partnered with 12 banks on this, made them use XRP. The banks came back to them and said, my regulators won't let me use this, but it works beautifully. That's what he said that the bank said, right? The regulators won't let them use it. There's no regulations yet. You guys know how long regulations take to put in place and how long government stuff takes, right? We're working on that right now. It's 2022 now, and we are right there, right before regulatory clarity. So I think in the US, some of the US people, right? We already see like a bunch of Japanese, Korean stuff, the companies using XRP, right? Financial institutions everywhere but the US using XRP. But the US ones are the big players that we do want to use XRP. So they will use it after regulatory clarity. So that is one of the best clips ever right there. Just showing that it actually has been used. That is all we've got for the daily market update. Make sure that you follow Twitter, Instagram, join the Telegram group. I love every single one of you, and goodbye.